Well, everyone, iOS 16.4 is in a very weird spot, and I'm not really too sure how I feel about the current setup of betas that Apple is pretty much giving us on our specific devices. Now, the very first thing I want to state, for the most part, is that iOS 16.4 has came out in a beta. I haven't updated to beta 2 yet, but it's been on beta 1 for a little bit of time. So if we take a look at basically what this reports are, basically, February 16th, we got beta 1. That was how long ago? Several weeks ago. And from new reports, it's looking like iOS 16.4 is not going to be coming out in the official, point, not until basically the end of this month. There's also been some reports that potentially even later, possibly in April, we could be getting iOS 16.4. Now, that inherently isn't a crazy big deal, but when you consider all of the reports that we've been getting within iOS 16 of the amounts of issues and bugs and problems that we've been having on iOS 16, that kind of puts us in a really weird spot where it seems like to me that Apple is pretty much, again, focusing too much on other areas of their lineup, things like the AR and VR headset, rather than actually going through and pretty much fixing the issues that we have within iOS 16. And this is a really big problem. I think personally for me, Apple needs to go ahead and pretty much fix these issues before they actually go through and try to push out these betas or focus on the betas and give us kind of like these weird little like middle of the road updates. I think they should be focusing on and giving us iOS 16.3.3, iOS 16.3.5. Like they should be iterating these updates as fast as possible. So far, they haven't really been doing that within iOS 16, and we've actually been seeing a lot of complaints within iOS 16. I mean, the amount of issues I've seen within iOS 16 for the last several, years now. I mean, the amount of updates I've been seeing, the amount of issues I've been seeing people complain about within iOS 16 the last, probably since it's came out in September. I mean, there's been so many things that people have been stating, which is so crazy to me. So right now within iOS 16, there's definitely some improvements for sure, like I'm not going to lie. But if we even take a look, I mean, iOS 16 came out September. We've had 16.0.1, 16.0.3. Ever since, I mean, even in 2023, how many updates have we gotten? We've gotten one update, we've gotten two updates, and that's kind of it. We have a beta right now, but we're in March now. We still only have gotten two updates. 16.3 was a good update, but then we had one update for it to iterate, and that was it. If we take a look at iOS 15, which we can't even see here, I'm sure we've probably, even last year, I think we were complaining about we haven't gotten that many updates. So for like a couple years in a row, we've already, at least 2 years, we've gotten, two versions of software that haven't really been iterating on those updates. I think iOS 17 is probably going to change that. I think they're going to push out more updates, but I do think we're in this weird situation where we have these betas that are looming around, but we're not getting like these official versions, or we're not getting like these iterations. We might be getting one today, we might be getting one this week, but for the most part, historically speaking, if we take a look at this chart, I mean, we've only gotten 2 updates this year, and even since November, there's only been like 4 updates or something like that. So I'll be curious to see what Apple's going to be doing, but hopefully they can go and fix these issues. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.